Hey everyone, welcome and a very happy Lent to you. I just wanted to take a few minutes today, kind of early on in the Lenten journey, to talk to you about the idea that Lent can and should be a wonderful opportunity for experiencing authentic Christian joy. So, what do I mean by that, or how could that possibly coincide with the season of Lent being also a season of penance, right? So, that's kind of the framework that we have for Lent, which is a good framework. But that doesn't come to the exclusion of experiencing authentic Christian joy during the Lenten season. So, I think so many of us approach the season of Lent thinking that, it's really all about this. How can I experience the suffering and the turmoil and the difficulty of the cross? And that's a very real and beautiful thing. Um, but we really have to stop and pause and ask ourselves a really important question. And the question is, what is the purpose of Lent? If we don't take a minute to reflect on that and to let that be the framework for how we proceed through the Lenten journey, um, I I fear that it could become this kind of drudgery experience, and that's not what the Lord wants. So, what is Lent about? Lent is about the invitation to experience and enter into more fully, more completely, more deeply the goodness of God's redeeming love and salvation for us. And so when we love someone, we want to experience what it is that they experience, even if that's hard. And so we can and should unite sacrifices and penance and almsgiving and all of those different practices that the church so beautifully lays out for us. But if we're coming to those things and by the end of Lent, we're becoming more resentful in our relationship towards the Lord and like, I can't believe that this is imposed on me and this is awful and I feel terrible and all, we are missing, we are missing the purpose of Lent. So we should be, when we're experiencing those things, when we're making those sacrifices, we really should be entering into a deeper level, both in a communal space and in an individual space. How is that drawing me more into God's redeeming love for me? And that's where the beauty of the Lenten journey lies. And that's where this authentic Christian joy can coincide with a season of penance. And so I just really want to challenge you to think about and kind of have as a framework, how can I experience Lent deeply and in a meaningful way while also maintaining a spirit of joy, about it. And it's really important, to obviously when we're offering those sacrifices, that those are uniquely tied to the experience of the cross, the saving action of the cross. We cannot forget though that the resurrection is the end point. That is what Lent is leading us towards, is to recognize and understand the fullness of the resurrection. And St. Paul tells us, without the resurrection, Christianity is in vain. And so don't let your Lent be in vain this year. Be intentional and don't just let it be this arbitrary thing of these sacrifices and penance, but open yourself up to what is it that will lead me to a deeper understanding of God's love for me and how he expresses that through history and through these particular moments of um, the cross and the days that led up to the cross and the few days following at the resurrection. So just some things for you to think about. Please know that I am praying for you and wishing you the very best of Lent this year. And I can't wait to be kind of checking in throughout our time together this season and wishing you all the very best.